Hello, guys. Today we are going to discuss a novel called Sophie's World, a novel about the history of philosophy by Jostein Gaarder, the million copy bestseller. Okay. Anyways, guys, this is a very well written and interesting novel. Okay. It is 427 pages long. Okay. Well, anyways, coming back to the topic, I have been listening and hearing good things about this novel since years and years and years and years, but I did not read it. So finally, some time ago, I took some time out and read it, and I really liked it, guys. It was a very well written memoir. As I told you before, that it's a novel about the history of philosophy, okay? And I mean it. It really is a novel about the history of philosophy, guys. Anyways, basically, it is about a Norwegian girl, schoolgirl, called Sophia Amadesen. And the whole novel revolves around that character. And they have kept Sophie as the nickname of the book, which is called Sophie's World. Okay. So one day that girl finds two surprising letters in her mailbox when she is 14 years old. Okay. And the letters come from a philosopher called Alberto Knox. Okay. He is basically a very famous philosopher who interacts with a girl called Sophie Amadison and sends her letters. These letters are relating to life and death and philosophy and stuff like that. Okay. In the letters, he says, "Who are you and where does the world come from?" Okay. Yes. Okay. Anyways, so it's her birthday. It's Sophie Madison's 14th birthday, and I believe she turns 15 after some time. So, this book is basically a book in which um they have squeezed in 3,000 years of philosophy into 427 pages book. Okay, this is a remarkable novel, and it lived up to my expectations. Since I've been hearing about good things about it since years, and I read it, and I really liked it, guys. Okay, apart from that, there's a lot of mention about theology and philosophy in the book. Okay, they mention God and religion. Okay, they mention why the world was made and where does everything come from. There's a lot of mention of philosophy and the history of philosophy in this novel. Okay, guys, they talk about the Greek philosophers such as Plato and Aristotle. They talk about the book Crime and Punishment by Friedrich Dostoevsky. They also talk about the German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche. Okay, so basically, this book revolves around the girl called Sophie Madison, who is 14 years old, who receives a letter in her mailbox by the philosopher called Alberto Knox. Okay, and in this letter, he asks her two important questions. Okay, which are very important. Okay, in life and death. So this was one brilliant and remarkable novel, guys. I loved it like anything. I liked it because it was quite long, and I like to read long books, and because it was about the history of philosophy. And I love to read about philosophy and theology and all that stuff. And I also admired the writers and philosophers who are mentioned in this novel, okay? It truly is a novel about the history of philosophy. It's also about God and religion, okay? It asks important questions about life and death and about where we come from and who made us. Okay, guys? Anyways, I hope you like this book. Bye, guys.